We have three pieces for you today. We have Black Tower Overture by Kevin Kaiserschott. We have On a Hymn Song of Philip Bliss by David R. Holtzinger. And we have Wolf's Song to Kaya Slulam, which is an original melody by Bob Baker of the Squamish First Nation and being reimagined by British Columbia composer Robert Buckley.
make sure I'm up here so everyone can see me when I tell you this. Because I am a bit of an expert, and I imagine some of you are not. I just want you to know that the last piece particularly that this group played is something that you should remember for a very long time. What they did, musically and intellectually, was absolutely astonishing. And I don't get to hear that. I mean, you don't get to hear things like that very often in the professional world. I almost never get to hear them in a festival. And it just thrilled me to no end, the colors that you did in that piece, what you brought to it. You were just totally next level. It was amazing. And you should be very proud of what you did. You worked hard. It's wicked hard, that piece, isn't it? There's just so many different sections to it, and you have to be absolutely bang on. And I pay people a lot of money to do what you just did. Am I not paying you? You get nothing. You get nothing from me. Ask him, he's probably rich. Look at that hat. Okay. So anyway, what do I say about a piece like that? I was just blown over. I stopped writing. I just started enjoying, which I almost never get to do. I'm usually going, tune this, blah, 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 blah. I'd say with this ensemble, I don't know, maybe I don't say this sort of thing, but I'm going to say it to you because you're the top kids in town, the top ensemble. If you wanted to go further, you have to practice more. Now, that's not to say that I don't think you practice enough. I think you're all tremendous musicians. If you really want to bring this to up here, even higher than you just were, you gotta find the half an hour a day to play through your stuff. Does that make sense? And if you remember that crazy guy from Vancouver telling you that at festival, that's me, I'm the crazy guy. And that's what motivates you as you keep going forward, then that's what it is. Because there are definitely parts here where some people have a real control over their pitch and their technique, and in some parts, some people don't. And it's not one specific person, right? Or now you're out. But all of us that play in ensembles, we have our moments where that's our part that's not so good, right? And then maybe our partner really excels at such and such spot. So there were moments in this when I thought, oh, it was so close. That was going so well, and then such and such note was out of tune. Were any of you in the jazz band that I yelled at an hour ago? Nice. Okay, good. So the jazz bands are all about that, right? Sitting and tuning chords and being cool and having hats. Okay, so that's why I'm classical. I got no hat. That's it, no hat. But classical groups can be too, and it makes it extra incredible if they do. For example, at the beginning of your hymn song of Philip Bliss, this one was the most, the most approximate of your pieces today. It has a weird key signature for many of you, doesn't it? Lots of flats. Does anybody like lots of flats and sharps? Nobody. Just Savannah in the back row likes it. And that guy. And that guy. I don't know your names. Guy number 1, guy number 2. So anyway, the beginning of this is just a little bit too approximate for my taste. Some of the notes are a little bit, we can try it again right now, but we just gotta, this is the sort of thing you practice at home, right? To really get the center of your pitch. Here, you do it with me and notice my motivation. It's gonna look like this. I'm kidding, I'll try and be better than that. Do you want to play it? Okay, clarinets, you all ready to go? Okay. 3, 4. That's quite nice, actually. Okay, very good. Can I hear just the second clarinets and the third clarinets? And the second saxophones? 2, 3, 4. Good. Good. Actually, you know what that's going to need is just more air, more confidence, because I think it's absolutely right there. I can feel the greatness there. So there's no second saxophone playing that, right? Who plays second saxophone? Was it something I said? You guys just let the clarinets hang out to dry. That's not sportsmanlike. Okay, let's do it now with saxophones. Join us. Right? That's not nice. 2, 3, 4. 4. 2. Good. We're going to do that part one more time. Whenever you get to that long note, can you put your ears up and go, I'm going to match my friends around me. Okay, you're going to bend the pitch so that you're all matching. When you get to the long notes, the half notes. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. Listening. Good. Enough torture of you. How about the first clarinets and the first saxophones? Who's playing the little tune here? Okay. Okay, but you're wind players, so what you need to do is you need to breathe on like 2 and 3 and then get ready on 4. I think so, right? Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. 2, 3. I love that shape. That's really beautiful. Can we put that with the other team that was just here? We're going to compete for who's most in tune. It's going to be the conductor. I get to choose. I win. 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's put that with them. So let's put it together. Yeah. So all the people who just played. 2. Here we go. Listening. Great. And so what's going to happen is it's going to be a combination of 2 things. Number 1, practicing at home. So you really have a mastery of your instrument. Okay? You have control over the notes. Number 2, in rehearsal, you're going to listen across the band and play what's happening in the other sections, those types of notes, okay? It's a two-way thing, right? Do you ever feel like some weeks you kind of don't practice your part? Do you ever have like too many final exams or something? The flutes are like, never, I practice 4 hours a day. Ha, I got it, they do not practice 4 hours a day. Right? So I guess what I'm saying is that I see like this sea of very brilliant human beings doing really excellent work. And at the moment that you really throw yourself into your instrument, this band will be like note perfect. Because you're already doing great things in rehearsal. I can tell your minutes are not wasted. That last piece that you did, I'm gonna remember that for a very long time. Because it was just stunning. I'm stunned. So gold medal, let's give them a big round of applause.